Hello and a very warm welcome. Driver ratings for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. 10 being excellent, 0 being awful. You know the score by now. Let's jump straight into it. All 20 drivers covered. A rating out of 10. Who scores highly this week? Charles Leclerc, 6 out of 10. Fastest in all practice sessions. He's looking like he's going to dominate the weekend. He loves Baku. And then bang. A big crash in qualifying, and that's why I've docked him down. Huge crash in qualifying, ruins his weekend. A good fight back in the race. I don't know how he got driver of the day. Maybe because everyone felt sorry for him. Sebastian Vettel, 9 out of 10. Good weekend, solid, no mistakes. P3 in the race and in qualifying, so solid weekend for Vettel. Now, Grosjean Kevin Magnussen, 1 out of 10. Horrible by Haas. They can't warm their tyres up. They can't get heat into their tyres. They can't get pressure into their tyres. Terrible qualifying, terrible race. Very worrying for Haas F1. Usually they're good in qualifying, but they were horrendous in qualifying and horrendous in the race. So, gotta be one. Carlos Sainz, 8 out of 10. First points of the season. Australia retired coming into the pit lane. Bahrain contact with Max. Kvyat hit him in China. First points for McLaren. Solid race. Beats Norris as well. Lando Norris, 8 out of 10. Another solid weekend by the Briton. Consistently in the points as well. Points. Norris is really good. And he's really good over one lap. George Russell, 5 out of 10. Now, I think he did a great weekend, Russell. To miss 2 practice sessions and still beat your experienced teammate is a world-class effort by the Brit again. I mean, he beats Kubica in qualifying in the race again, like he has done all season. Kubica's had more track time, and Russell's beat him. I mean, I'm a big Robert Kubica fan, but we've got to say the truth. Russell is taking him to school. Robert Kubica. Now, this is painful for me to say, but we've got to mark these drivers. No favouritism. If you have a shit weekend, you get marked down. Robert Kubica, 2 out of 10. Beaten by Russell once again, qualifying in the race, and he crashed in qualifying. He's had more track time than Russell, still fails to beat Russell. He did have... someone's knocking on my door. No. Sorry about that. I thought someone was at the door. I've got a parcel coming, so I would have actually had to stop the video. No, it's just someone delivering something through the letterbox. Kubica, beaten by Russell, crashed in qualifying. I mean, he's really struggling against Russell. They can only be marked on each other, so he's got to start beating him. Nico Hulkenberg, 0. Plain up 0. His worst ever weekend I've ever seen him do. Absolutely dreadful. Poor all weekend, bad qualifying, horrendous in the race. I mean, that's a howler by Nico Hulkenberg. Daniel Ricciardo, I've got 3 written down here. I'm tempted to drop him to 2. Yeah, we'll go 2. Decent qualifying by Daniel Ricciardo. Beats Hulkenberg, but in the race, he makes an absolute howler of a mistake. We all know he's the best overtaker, best on the brakes. Locks up. Then Kvyat can't turn, they both miss the corner, and then he reverses into him. It is a rookie mistake by someone who's a pole sitter. He's a race winner. He's won at Baku. Shocking by Ricciardo. Lance Stroll, 6 out of 10. Once again, a shocking qualifying by Stroll, knocked out in Q1, but he fights back and gets good points. And he's the best start. And he had a crash in practice too, didn't he? So, a decent points haul for Stroll. Sergio Perez, 10 out of 10. Best of the rest all weekend, qualifying in the race. And he is a Baku master. My driver of the day. How Charles Leclerc got it officially, I'll never know. Perez should have had it every day of the week. Lewis Hamilton, 9 out of 10. Second in the race, second qualifying, second in the race. No mistakes. 1-2 for Mercedes. Had that good battle with Bottas, but it's second. Valtteri Bottas, 10 out of 10. Pole, race win, dominates the race, no mistakes, leads the championship. It's top marks for the finishman. Giovinazzi, 7 out of 10. His best weekend so far in F1. Best qualifying, he beats Raikkonen. Started basically last on the grid. 3 started from the pit lane. He was last on the actual grid because he had to take a penalty. And he finished P12 in the race. But I would say it's his best weekend so far. Kimi Raikkonen, 8 out of 10. Once again, consistent in the points once again. He's gone from the pit lane to P10. Wonderful. Danny Kvyat, 7 out of 10. Qualified P6. Amazing. Absolutely amazing qualifying. Especially after the China debacle. And then in the race, he's going to get points. He gets basically hit by Ricciardo. Ricciardo goes for a reckless dive bomb. Kvyat can't make the corner, and then Ricciardo reverses into him. So it's not Kvyat's fault. Albon, standard 5. I've got nothing written down for Albon. Like, he hit the wall a couple of times, scraped the wall a couple of times. He finishes 13th, and in qualifying in the race 11th. So I'll just give him the standard 5. Max, 9 out of 10. I've got nothing written down for Max. It was just another good haul of points, solid weekend. Pierre Gasly. I don't know, Pierre Gasly had a good weekend. I've got 5 written down because, for me, he had a good race. Arguably his best race because he's come from the pit lane to P6. Was guaranteed to finish P6. But then he makes that horrendous mistake. Now, was it his fault or was it his team's fault? To miss the weighbridge, he basically comes in, has to go to the weighbridge, he misses the weighbridge, and then basically his whole weekend is ruined because he has to start from the pit lane. I mean, he had a great race, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I think we'll give him the standard 5 because if he goes to the weighbridge, he can fight, but he missed the weighbridge, it ruins his weekend. So there we have it, all 20 drivers covered. Qualifying reaction done, race reaction, driver ratings for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We go on to Spain. We'll have Spain memories, qualifying, race reaction, driver ratings. Can't wait for Catalonia. Whew, that was a long 8 minutes. So, who scored highly? Checo Perez, as usual. Valtteri Bottas. Nico Hulkenberg with a big fat 0. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments down below whether you agree, disagree. Who was your driver of the day? I mean, these driver of the days are getting ridiculous by F1. To give it Leclerc. Why? Why did he get driver of the day? I'm a big Charles Leclerc fan, to be honest, but I don't understand that one. It should have been Bottas. It should have been Perez. It should have been Sainz. Maybe Gasly. I mean, Gasly, probably his best race in the Red Bull. Unfortunate that it ended in retirement. Thanks for watching. Adios. God, I'm a dickhead.